We've got a great project going today. We're gonna get some walls insulated, put up some board and batten, case and trim some windows, and see if we can't dress up the inside of the shop just a little bit. I really wanted something in the wood shop that had a mountainous feel, and I really have always liked board and batten. And my sweet wife came up with this great idea to leave a live edge on one side of the battens. It's unique, it's different. I was really excited about it when she suggested it. I think it turned out great. It looks good with the casing around the window, and I don't know that I have seen it anywhere else. The other great thing is this truly is a DIY project. From the forest to the shop, nobody has touched this lumber except for us. We haul it home in our truck, we put it on our sawmill, we cut it up, and we installed it. And I really like knowing exactly where this tree came from, and there's a lot of history as I look at these walls. My partner and I today got the insulation kind of stuffed in so that we could put up some of this interior siding. Now on these spaces like this where we've got these voids, we're going to fill these up with expanding foam. We got a couple of cans of the expanding foam. What did you like about the insulation today?
What I didn't like is the texture and how it makes you itch and stuff.
Would you like some cotton candy? It's delicious.
No, thank you.
No. I'll give you $1 if you eat this. This stuff's kind of horrible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a can of expanding insulation. I'm going to put some of this into some of the tight spaces. I think this insulates better than compressing insulation in there. The idea is that you have an airspace, and that there's that airspace, that insulated airspace helps hold in the warmth. So I'll put some insulation in here and let that build up, and then I'll put the board, get the board cut, and then maybe add a little bit more and then put the board on. So we just used up a whole can in this little space, and they're not cheap. But for filling in and voids and hard to get to spaces, there's nothing better. So we really like the live edge for the battens. It's going to be something unique, something different. Line it up. Bring it down, see where it's at. We want it right on that side.
Good.
You like it?
Over
I like it right there.
Yeah, me too.
Nice work. Okay, let's go see if these fit. Lower, go lower. There you go. Because we've got the stud. See, we've got the stud.
Yeah.
So we know as long as you're within 1.5 inches, you should be good.
Yeah.
And you kind of hear it when it hits the stud. It goes, so you know you hit something solid. Okay, so let's look at this.
About 2
Let's
feet.
go right here. So that was 9,
20.
9, 16.5. Okay, so let's go 9. Shoot one right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Go. Okay, 16.5. Go. Okay. And this one is 24 and 8. Okay, go. Beauty. Okay, see if you can put one there, there, and there. Nice. Yeah. Let's see, we've got the board.
Yeah.
That board that runs across there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my favorite part of the whole day. I love shooting this.
Play your cards right, and there's plenty more where that came from. So we're trimming up the window, and it's probably the hardest part about this because there's so many overlapping seams and things. So I'll do the legs, and then I'll have the casing around the outside, and then I can go back and finish all of the battens and tie it all together. So as I'm cutting trim for around the windows, I always make it really, really tight. I'm measuring to the 16th. I want it to be snug, especially on some of this softer pine. You can kind of snug it in there, and it makes for a better fit. But it is a little bit more work trying to get the measurements just right. One thing I'm noticing on this is that I've got a little bit of cup. There's a little bit of curve. I can see it. I may in the future want to take measurements at 3 points along the board, because I could have actually gone a little tighter if I would have measured at the back versus measuring at the front. Again, this is rough carpentry. This isn't paint grade, it's not stain grade, and it's supposed to have a rustic feel. I'll finish the boards around the window. I've got some issues with light plugs, but I'm going to add box extensions on my electrical plugs to get out on top of the board and batten. We've been talking about what to do on the windows and how to case them, how to bring it all together. That's the fun in doing it yourself, is you can be creative, try different things. I think we're gonna go with something like this. It's a So I needed some little trim pieces for over the window, and so these little battens will fill in above the window. The tough part is sometimes when you cut on the knots are soft and they fall out, but these seem like they're going to hold. They may dry and fall out over time, but they're holding on now. I really like the wormholes. That'll be a neat architectural detail that maybe you won't see other places. So we've got our boards up and we've got battens in. We trimmed the window, and there's certainly a lot of different ways that we could have done it, but we really like this look. I'm excited about it. It all came together. The best part is we were able to bring home our own tree, saw it on the sawmill, cut it up, and install it ourselves. So this is a real DIY project, because we took it all the way from the forest to the wall in our house, and nobody touched it except for us. So now that you see it up and you see the battens up, is it what you imagined when you kind of saw it in your mind?
Yeah, actually, I absolutely love it. I love how the trim of the windows came out. I love the difference in color. I love the variation. I love that it's completely unique. And I love that we did it ourselves.
Okay, that sounds like
I'm
perfect.
happy.
It's really coming together. I like the look of the board and batten, the way the trim and casing around the window turned out. I'm excited about the look. Thanks for following along with this. There's going to be a lot more of this as we go along. We've got a lot of surface area to finish. Please subscribe and stick with us. There's a lot more of this to come.
Thanks, everyone.